Well, hello everyone. My name is Jim. I'm making my very first video for YouTube. Plan on doing a series of videos on this channel. This first one is just an introductory video, kind of give an overview of why I'm making this channel. And I'm a little nervous, so something new for me, so here we go. Basically, I've undergone a rather large transformation the past 15 months or so, and what I want to do is document the things I did, because I get asked a lot of questions about this transformation. What did I do? How did I do it? And I thought I'd put it in a series of videos, and then I could share with people. Excuse me. The transformation is mainly in terms of weight loss and physical development, just a shift to a much healthier lifestyle. If we start this journey, the journey I'm going to recount started, let's say, it started in August of 2016. So what is it, 15 months or so ago. At that point, in August of 2016, I was a heavyweight guy, morbidly obese, above 350 pounds. I had virtually zero fitness. I'd been, at that point, unsuccessful at maintaining any kind of a weight or fitness, let's say. I would periodically try something to lose weight, and I had moderate success, would lose, different times with different techniques, 20, 30 pounds, but couldn't keep it off, and just would relapse and even go higher, so this is a lot of people fall into this kind of a trap, but that was me at that point. As I sit here today, making this video, I weigh, let's see, this morning I was 172.6 pounds. Over the past 6 months, I've ran, I estimate, over 500 miles. I have a completely different diet, and my mental outlook on life, my physical health, my mental acuity is just transformed completely. And there are a number of things I've done that I'm going to recount in these videos and describe the path that I've taken to get here. I would say the main guiding philosophy, if you will, that I used on this journey was to listen to my body. And I listened to my body in terms of when I was full, when I would eat, I listened to my body to tell me what was the right kind of thing to eat and when was I full. Something I never did in the past. I would eat just with the mind turned off and just shovel in the food and then eat until who knows when. So listen to my body also in terms of I lost a lot of weight with doing no exercise, but once I started doing exercise, I listened to my body about what were the right kinds of exercises to do and how much I should do and how much I should exert myself. Because one of the main, well, let me just say, the two main components for my weight loss that kick-started this whole process were I changed my diet, number one. And number two, I incorporated various types of fasting. Intermittent fasting, if you will, is the, let's say, the buzzword. But I did various types of fasting. And then after about 6 months, I started adding in exercise on top of the diet and fasting changes. So that's just a preview of the main characteristics of this journey. Of course, I'll elaborate in specific details on each of them later, but what got me going, I just started with, I had no real plan back 16 months ago. I just wanted to try once again, let's say, just give it a shot. Why sit around and be miserable and just resign myself to probably an early death? When you're that kind of weight, you don't really live to be a ripe old age, and I was getting up there in years. Like I said, I was 57 when I started, and said, well, let's try something. And like I said, I didn't know what I was going to do or if it was going to work. I really didn't think it was going to work. Number one, I expected, like all the other times in the past, to have limited success and probably I'd fail, but what the heck, I got to try. This time, though, I just stumbled upon, I use that term, I stumbled upon the right sequence of events, the right plan, and it really worked for me. And I'm not sure if this is something that I would recommend for everyone. I'm not saying it's the right plan. It may not be advisable. And I'm not an expert on anything other than recounting what I did. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll leave it to experts to say, oh, what this guy did was nuts. Nobody should do it. He probably is lucky to be alive. I don't know. But it's what I did, and I think there's some merit to it. I think the way I put things together, the order, the sequence I did things, again, not deliberately, it just I stumbled upon them. I think it makes some sense looking back in retrospect. There's a reason why I was successful this time, beyond my wildest dreams, I might add. So that's what I want to do. I want to put this journey in context. A lot of people ask me about it. They've seen me transform, so I've shared some of this online in various social media or forums. I've shared my story, bits and pieces of it, not the whole thing. But here I'm going to be a little more explicit and give some details, and well, also answer questions too. I'm sure in the comments people will have questions, and we'll just see where it goes. I really don't know, but anyway, I guess coming to the end of this introductory phase, next steps will be to I'm going to walk through in sequence what I did and what my thinking was at the time, and describe what I think was successful and what maybe wasn't the best thing to do. I did learn some things along the way, and right now, again, my life is totally transformed. I feel great. I wish I would have done this 20 years ago. That would have been much better, but better late than never. And that's about it. Stay tuned because there will be more. Okay, take care. Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention in my initial attempt at the introductory video, I forgot to mention the reason I'm being forthcoming and going to make these videos in the first place is that there's a potential that other people might find them useful and could maybe transform their lives in a similar fashion that I did. Knowing what it did for me, knowing how my life has changed, I feel that I need to share it. And if there's a guy, a gentleman, or a lady out there that's sort of in the same kind of mental state I was in when I started, considered myself kind of a failure in terms of any kind of weight management, maybe they'll be inspired, and maybe they can do follow a similar plan and change their lives. So that's the reason I'm sharing it, is in the hopes that maybe other lives could be impacted and improved. So there you go.